It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, Ernie Johnson welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm joined by the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, and the Jet, Kenny Smith.
We're coming at you from beautiful New York City as the Knicks prepare to take the home court. Joined in the booth with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. Our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. This game is part of the travel schedule for New Orleans. And, of course, Marcus Smart. His first game is a New York Knick.
And as you were mentioning, I mean, that trade has this team buzzing. You can see it in the warm-up line, how loose and confident they look now with him on that roster.
Now, the opening lineup for the New Orleans Pelicans. Iguodala out there with Favors. Then there's Andre Drummond. Then there's Irving. And it's Bradley in at the shooting guard. That shot wide open.
That's a good read by Jabari, a solid passer. And he knew he could reward a teammate that time.
And really one of the quickest guards in our league. Jeff Teague just puts tremendous pressure on your defense when he's attacking the paint.
Now here's Iguodala. 8 points his last outing. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And the book on T, Greg, is to make him an outside shooter. You don't want him getting to the rim.
I mean, he's a good finisher around the rim. His outside shooting, although streaky at times, not bad, but not great either.
That free throw, no good.
And for the last few seasons, we've seen where Andre Iguodala's role on offense has diminished. You know, he still contributes, but tends to defer a bit more there. And one thing you can say, though, defensively, still at an elite level in terms of his versatility.
He's off on the second. Perhaps, Greg, the biggest asset Iguodala brings to a team is his ability to defend.
I mean, he just has great timing for when to go for the steal. I mean, he can still move his feet well and can guard anybody, but the versatility to guard point guards to power forwards is something that makes him special.
Teague with a clean look. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Teague's got 5 now.
Well, the ball whips around and finally gets to Jeff Teague, and he lets it fly. Just a terrific shot.
Irving kicks to Bradley. And the 3 ball is good.
And defensively, you've got to make a greater effort working over the screens.
Yeah, it's a bit of a lazy play right there. You're hoping that the guy misses the shot without really doing your job in challenging it.
Lopez, no luck.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
He doesn't do some of the damage that other big men do on the perimeter, but inside, Drummond's got just as much game as anybody. And watching Andre Drummond play, he's really just an old school type center. I mean, he eats up space in the middle and finishes plays in close. Not a skilled guy who can pull a defender away from the basket.
Now here's Parker. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Shot off the screen. The Knicks keep it going. A new 24-second shot clock. Fires from deep. Another miss by Parker. For New Orleans, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. It's good. Favors has got his first points of the night.
And Irving really showing great strides in improving his passing, wanting to be a more effective floor general.
And with Drummond, he does play like towering centers of decades past.
Yeah, I mean, he isn't great at moving the ball around or hitting shots from range, but his size and athleticism are elite and one of the best rebounders in our game.
And here's Irving after J.J. Redick hitting the 3. Drummond the screen. Bradley, no one around him. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. New York's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Butler is screen on Iguodala. Outside Teague. He dishes it to Butler. Shot clock at 6. Over Iguodala. And that one is off. And New Orleans will go the other way with it. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
You're going to win a lot of games when you can shoot the 3 ball the way they did in that one.
Well, you see the snowball effect here when they start knocking down those shots, and once guys get it rolling, it's just impossible for the defense to contain that kind of firepower.
Butler dishes to Parker. Over Favors, and that one's good. Parker.
I like how efficient Parker is. When he gets in that area, he's just smelling points.
Favors with the screen. Iguodala the pass to Favors. Off the pick. Favors, and there's Favors putting it right back in. Favors got his second bucket.
You know, his positioning near the hoop, always to his advantage. Just a terrific job to tip that one back in.
And we reached the end of the first quarter. Pelicans lead by 4. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. We caught up with Kyrie Irving earlier, and he talked a little bit about expectations for himself and his teammates.
We expect so much out of each other every single night, and the team is going to go as hard as we go, as well as the other pieces that we have on the team, but we have to control it from a standpoint that we have to.
Kyrie reminding us that it's not just the expectations of the fans and the media, but also perhaps the most demanding of all are the expectations they've got for each other.
Oh yeah, they're constantly trying to manage expectations while still demanding the best from one another, and I got to tell you, it's fun to watch.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And looking at what we've seen from the Pelicans, what do you guys think?
I mean, really good with their post presence, and it's really allowed them to establish a physical tone here in the first.
Well, they're attacking the rim in more than one way, and with that kind of success, I feel like the defense is going to make the adjustment, then you start playing inside out.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So for New Orleans right now, Irving is out there with Avery Bradley. Then there's Favors. Then there's Andre Drummond. And it's Iguodala in at the small forward position.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
T kicks to Butler. Parker outside. The kick out to Lopez. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got his 4th assist in this one. And one strength, Greg, that this Knicks team has enjoyed the last couple of years has been their ability to win the rebounding game.
And that's back-to-back seasons, Kevin, in the top 10 for rebounding in terms of the Knicks. And it was something they wanted to improve upon starting a few years ago. They've changed their rebounding trouble into a big asset moving forward.
And usually that mid-range jumper finds the bottom of the net. The defense has to be more aggressive moving forward.
Outside Butler. Now the pass to Lopez. Outside Teague. From beyond the arc, Avery Bradley pulls it in. Irving with a clean look from beyond the arc and then some. Irving's got 5 points so far.
This is why you always have to be up in the space of Kyrie Irving. He can pull up in the blink of an eye. So lethal.
They set the pick. Lopez dishes to Reddick. Lopez against Drummond. And that's going to be a travel. And now let's take a look at the most efficient scoring teams in the NBA. Number 5, the Knicks.
So patient on the offensive end. I mean, they're not going to force shots, and it's that selectiveness that's yielded such an impressive field goal percentage.
And so here is New Orleans. Bradley passes to Favors. Here's Drummond. No good. Shot missing. Good D by Lopez. New York trailing. outside Teague. Here's the dish to Butler. He kicks it to Parker. Lopez a screen. Butler goes in. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. He's got 5.
And this is what it's all about, guys. The competitive spirit, the energy that we're seeing. This one's got the feeling like it's going to go down to the wire.
And if it does, as evenly as these two teams have played here, it's anyone's guess who's going to come out on top.
No shortage of drama here early on.
Yeah, 8 lead changes already. Huge number this early.
Here's Lopez, and the dunk by Lopez.
That's the kind of work you want your point guard to do. Sensational ball movement by Jeff Teague there to set up his man.
Iguodala setting the pick for Irving. Inside, Favors. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Outside Butler, and it's Lopez at the elbow. Parker against Favors. Lopez a screen on Drummond. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Parker continues to work, always wanting to get better. He was thought of as a high motor player.
And he's good on the second. 11 seconds left to play in the first half. Now here's Irving. From deep. No good on the buzzer beater. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Jimmy Butler. Jimmy.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. A competitive matchup for New Orleans in the first quarter. They never trailed by more than 3 points, and it was neck and neck the entire period. They were outscored by just a bit in the second quarter as they go into the break now holding just a 1-point advantage. Kenny, your thoughts, how the Pelicans are playing? And that is just about going to wrap it up as the second half is moments away. Down to Kevin Hart.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out away here in the third. Andre Drummond with a strong contribution. New York's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. They've got Jimmy Butler. Brook Lopez is out there with Jabari Parker. Then there's J.J. Redick, and it's Teague in at the 1 spot. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. Hey, Brent, what's more important, offense or defense? Some guys are great at both.
Well, offense is sometimes what you get paid for, Kevin, but defense is where you need a buy-in. And so to me, it's always the defense and the way that you construct that camaraderie on that end of the floor, that communication on that end of the floor that's going to make the difference in your season.
Don't you love two-way players, though, guys that play hard at both ends? It's hard to do, but the guys that do it well really stand out.
Well, it's not football, Kevin. There's two sides that you have to play in basketball, and certainly the more equipped that you are to play both, the more playing time you're going to see for a coach.
Lock at 6. Irving with the steal. Now here's Bradley, the fast break opportunity. Shoots from the baseline. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Bradley's got the lead up to 5 now for New Orleans. New York shooting 56% in this game, really stringing quality possessions together offensively. Here's Lopez, and sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact. And we all know Brook Lopez can score in the post, and he might be just as valuable working from the elbow and running in that pick and pop action.
Irving kicks to Iguodala. Misses the 3. A tight game here in New York.
And they had a ton of missed opportunities at the foul line. That's always a game changer.
But 9 times out of 10, if you can't take advantage of the freebies at this level, the outcome is not going to be in your favor.
And Brook Lopez with the ability to face up and Greg post up.
High post or low. I mean, his passing and shooting ability give him that versatility. He has a load to handle for our defense.
Drummond the screen. Teague against Irving. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Irving's got 7 points in the game.
Yeah, 3 of 4 to start this half. Offensively, they've been great.
Parker dishes to Reddick. Butler in the corner. Lock at 6. Lopez a screen. Shot off the screen. Second chance shot. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake. New Orleans in the lead. To the left wing. Drummond a screen. Favors with the ball. He's picked up by Parker. Bradley. And the shot falls short this time. Knicks have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Here's Teague. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact. And he'll go to the line for 2. They get Derek Favors.
Stellar effort from Jeff Teague. Gets contact on his way to the rim.
The Knicks have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point. Free throw good. Teague. And so Teague hits 2 free throws.
Alvin Gentry has to be proud that the responsibilities of playing defense for their squad last year was something that they accepted. They went from a bottom 3 team to a top 10 team defensively just last season.
A one near Iguodala as he lets it go. Offline with his 3. The Knicks with the lead. Reddick passes to Teague. Butler at the elbow. 52 seconds left to play here in the third. Here's Parker. Second chance effort. And that's 2 points on the layup. Parker's got 5 now.
Reminds me of Carmelo Anthony, Jabari Parker, a quick second jumper and keeps it alive on the glass.
Back to Drummond. That falls. Nice feed that time from Andre Iguodala. And with more talent, you think the Pelicans have a chance, Brent, to step their offense up this season?
Oh, I absolutely do. I think the amazing part about last year is that the Pelicans ended up sliding their way up into the top 10 defensively. That's an area where the likes of a team like the Denver Nuggets needs to make their improvement. Maybe between those 2 teams, they're battling to find their way into the postseason.
Drains it from beyond the arc.
Well, Iguodala setting up, getting that good, strong base. He becomes a much better shooter when he does that.
They set the pick. T kicks to Parker. From deep. No good. 3/4 of play in a close game here. Pelicans lead by 2. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the 4th quarter next. And a moment ago, inside the huddle with head coach Alvin Gentry.
All right, guys, remember what we said now. Hey.
Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the 4th quarter. A terrific game so far. New Orleans has gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3 ball here. So for New Orleans right now, Andre Drummond is out there with Favors. Then there's Avery Bradley. Then there's Iguodala. And it's Irving at the point guard. Here's Favors, and it's New Orleans scoring again.
And so far, this has got that feel of a game that could be back and forth all the way.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised in the least. Both teams really struggling to maintain any sort of momentum.
Shoots from the elbow. Teague can't hit. Pelicans leading by 4. Outside Irving. Favors sets the pick for Bradley. Kicks it out to Iguodala from outside the arc. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Reddick. Kept alive by New York. Butler against Iguodala. Butler, no good.
Yeah, just misjudged the layup. Defense has to be better. Very fortunate there.
And it's Iguodala missing.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
And now here comes Iguodala leading the break. And here's Bradley from three. Nailed from three-point land.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Lopez sets a screen for Parker. Outside for Redick. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got 5 assists tonight.
Well, it's all about the constant movement from Redick, skilled at getting to the space that he needs to shoot.
Irving kicks to Favors. Drummond a screen. Favors dishes to Bradley. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist. And the Pelicans lead by 6. There's the screen. Here's Teague. Outside, Redick. Pelicans with the rebound. Irving's got 3 rebounds now in this one. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Kyrie exceptional at taking the hit and then somehow creating a release angle towards the rim.
Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. And here is Teague. Butler on the way. Down low, here's Lopez, and it's sent back by Drummond.
Drummond mixes defensive smarts with elite physical tools, and that's what makes him a solid defender. He's going to get his hands on a few shots each and every game.
Irving kicks to Bradley. 5 to shoot. No good off the front iron. New York's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Butler with the ball, and it's Iguodala picking him up. Here's Parker, and the rejection by Favors. On the wing, Iguodala. Here's Drummond, a second chance effort, and it's good on the layup.
Yeah, with this lead, that's probably going to do it. Fans heading for the exits.
The team came in fired up from the opening tip to see the focus, ready to do battle.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Lopez a screen. Parker passes to Lopez. And they get it, and that's 2 points on the layup.
Whatever drawbacks Lopez may have, scoring in the post isn't one of them. He is a nightmare for opposing defenses to deal with down low.
So we see the Pelicans get the win here, and in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have...
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For
Teague and Lopez both with 30. Lopez with 21 boards. Mr. Dick with 24. Butler and Parker both with 15. They had bad shooting tonight. 4 for 12. Yeah. Drummond with 33 and 21. Irving with the triple-double, 30, 12, 15. Bradley with 30. Iggy and Favors both with 24 and 6 assists. Kind of looks like they just killed him in the paint. Yeah, 24-14, that'll do it. Oh, good grief, that's quite the kill. Brutal. Brutal.